Instagram is changing the way you view your Instagram feed, and it's going to be huge for businesses and brands. And here's why. So about this time last year, Instagram put this tweet out saying, "We want people to have meaningful control over their experience. We've been experimenting with favorites, a way for you to decide whose posts you want to see higher up. And we're working on another option to see posts from people you follow in a chronological order. We want to be clear that we're creating new options, providing people with more choices so they can decide what works best for them." Fast forward to January 2022, the CEO of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, put this post out explaining there's going to be 3 new ways of viewing your Instagram feed. We're going to go through them right now together and explain how they're going to impact you and your business and how do we adapt to them. So the first one, really simple, is going to be called Home, which is the current way we see the feed as it is right now. That's Instagram working its algorithms, ranking content based on your interests and previous behavior on the app. The second one being called Following. That's Instagram putting out posts for you to see in a chronological order based on the accounts that you are following. To some people that's new, but if you've been on Instagram for a long time, you'll know that this is not that new. It's the way Instagram used to work. The third one, which I think is huge, is called Favorites. This now allows people to add accounts and users to their favorites group, which then only exclusively shows them accounts on their feed. Now, you might think that's great, and it is great in some ways. If you've got family, you want to make sure you don't miss their posts, or if you've got close friends where you want to always be seeing their posts, that's great. Add them to your favorites and you will exclusively see their content all the time. In fact, you've still got the option to turn the notifications on. I do it for a lot of my own mates. I've got notifications turned on, so if they post, I make sure I don't miss their posts. You might think that's sad, whatever. But as a business, your content is not necessarily everyone's favorite piece of content, especially with this new feature coming in where people can choose exclusively what they see and who they see. It kind of brings a whole new competition to Instagram of, okay, how do I now make people's favorite lists? And that's what we're going to be talking about. As a business, how are we going to be making people's favorite lists to essentially stay relevant, A, and B, get more engagement or keep our engagement rates high. So as a business, what should we be doing on Instagram to keep our content relevant? Go back to the basics. Make sure your content is consistent, relatable, and informative. Whether that's in your captions or the actual post itself, make sure you are producing relatable, informative content that the users and your potential clients, potential customers, your followers will find useful and relate to. Make sure your content is high quality, not necessarily 4K. I'm not saying go 4K, but everyone's got a phone now that records in HD. Everyone's got decent enough cameras to put out good quality content. Make sure your photos are sharp. Make sure your text is not blurry. Make sure the aspect ratios are right. And stay consistent with your content. People don't realize how consistency is key when it gets to social media. Consistency is something I've always talked about. Anyone I speak to, any new client that I meet, any consultation session that I sit down in and I speak to anyone, I say, be consistent with your content. So stay on top of your content. Do more videos. Videos are the future. Videos will forever be the most useful piece of content that anyone can ever watch or use. And yeah, that's it. Essentially, you want to be making people's favorite lists as a business. So make sure your content is good quality. Make sure your content is useful. Use professional content if you've got the means to. If you don't, then seek advice, seek help, go and watch stuff on YouTube, learn new skills, etc., etc. There's tons of new skills you can learn on the internet on how to improve your content, whether it's learning how to use software like Canva or Photoshop or Lightroom to improve your content. Go and learn it. It's all free on YouTube. Go and do it. But make sure you are making people's favorite lists on Instagram. But as for now, that's me, Nima from NMA Media. Peace.